Every hour, every second, every heartbreak, every blessing, you can have it all. Every dark night, every morning, I lay my life down here before you. You can have it all. My life sings hallelujah. I won't let the rocks cry out. I'll shout it from the mountaintops. Let everything I am reveal the glory of how great you are. I won't let a breath go by and miss a chance to lift you high. Let everything I am declare the story of how great you are. Every failure, every question, let my worship be my weapon. You can have it all. Every hour, every second, let my spirit reach the heavens. You can have it all. Oh, I won't let the rocks cry out. I'll shout it from the mountaintops. Let everything I am reveal the glory of how great you are. I won't let a breath go by and miss a chance to lift you high. Let everything I am declare the story of how great you are. How great you are. How great you are. Everything I am is for you. Every breath I take, it's for you. Every breath that I take, it is for you. Every move that I make, it is towards you. I will bow down my life here before you, singing, holy, holy. Every breath that I take, it is for you. Every move that I make, it is towards you. I will bow down my life here before you, singing, holy, holy. Every breath that I take, it is for you. Every move that I make, it is towards you. I will bow down my life here before you, singing, holy, holy. I won't let the rocks cry out. I'll shout it from the mountaintops. Let everything I am reveal the glory of how great you are. I won't let a breath go by and miss a chance to lift you high. Let everything I am declare the story of how great you are. How great you are. How great you are.
Well, Jordan, Matt, and Jeff, good to see you guys. Thanks so much for joining us to talk about this song.
Yeah, it's totally a pleasure. Thanks for having us.
Yeah. Jordan, maybe we'll start with you. Talk a little bit about this. I mean, I think it's amazing. What I love about these song stories is just to see the collaboration and see people working on things, just different backgrounds and stuff coming together to write songs for the church. And this is such an incredible song. But I'd love to hear just a little bit of the story, like how you guys got together, how you guys worked on this.
Yeah, so we actually, the song has been written for a while. We wrote the song together a while ago. And the day we went into the session, I had actually worked with Jeff before, and then Matt and I had never worked with each other. So I didn't exactly know what to expect. But I was in a place creatively where I knew I was working on a new project, but I didn't know exactly what it was going to be. And it was still very early on in the planning stages. And I remember going into the writing session that day in Jeff's studio and just bringing the idea to the table. What if we just wrote whatever came to our hearts? Like, what if we didn't set out with a specific intention or a specific theme or and a specific idea? What if we just stepped back and said, what are we all feeling today? What's going to happen naturally? And so that's exactly what we did. And this song, Great You Are, was sort of just what came out of our hearts, which is what I think makes it so special. I think it adds a level of authenticity to it because we didn't set out to write specifically a worship song or anything, any sort of lane for this song to go in. We just wanted to write what came out of our hearts, and this is what naturally came out of the collaboration between the three of us that day.
Wow, that's so good. Well, and even listening to the performance today, I mean, we were standing in the back going, man, this feels so worshipful. Like, this feels so great. And Matt, talk a little bit about just the lyric that you guys wrote on this. I really love just the ideas that are behind it.
Yeah, I just remember it being such like a tennis match of words between us all, and just kind of, it was just such a fun thing to write about, but also I think I remember Jordan stopping at one point and going, "This is such a huge responsibility to speak these words. Like, every breath that I take is for you." Like, there's just so much weight in those words to live it out every day. And I just remember thinking, like, these lyrics and these words are so pointed and so and carry so much weight for our own lives.
Yeah, that's so cool. And Jeff, most of your writing and production has been more in either the pop space or the sync space. How is it different coming into a write like this, where you're like, all of a sudden you realize, gosh, we're like writing a song for the church. Does it feel? Did you approach that differently? Did it feel differently than maybe some of the other things that you worked on?
Yeah, I mean, I think when we try to go in a room, I think you just want to make something good and cool. And I think when you think of the church and you think of the approach for that, I feel like we just started on guitar and we just had like a guitar riff, and it came really natural. And I think we were just like, all right, this is it. It was kind of that first thing of like, what are we feeling? All right, this is it. Let's go. And I don't know. I think that was the approach, and it made the most sense, I think, for the church. I don't know.
And I think it was really cool too. You have Jeff, who is this producer that's sort of outside of that circle in some ways, and you see the marrying of two things. And that's sort of been, my career up to this point, my life up to this point. I grew up singing in church. I'm a worship leader, but I'm also a pop music writer, and I've spent time in that mainstream space. And so to see how the worship leader in me and the church guy in me sort of marry that pop writing, which you can hear in those verses. I mean, they're very worshipful, and the lyrics do have such a weight and responsibility, but the rhythms and the way those verses are crafted is a very pop approach to the songwriting. And then when you get to the chorus that just opens up, and the bridge that's so worshipful, it's got that repetitive sort of thing that really drives home those lyrics. It was cool to see, I think, all of our styles sort of meld and create this very worshipful, but also sort of very CCM radio pop sort of sounding song.
Absolutely. It doesn't hurt when you're writing to it. All of a sudden Jordan sings it and you're like,
whoa! It's tough with Jordan because he makes everything sound good.
Is this song that good, or is it just Jordan?
Test this lyric out. Well, everything sounds great.
Yeah, I still remember when we were finished the song and he was singing the demo, and I was just in the back of the room like, what is happening?
Man, so good, guys. Well, Danny, walk us through what you're playing on the keys over there.
Yeah, so this song is in key of F, and we're going to use the Nashville number system. Great thing is that the verse and the chorus is the same chord progression, which is 1 and to the 5, and then to the 6, and then to the 4. The only difference is in the pre-chorus, we have a walk-up, a little fun walk-up that goes 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 5, and then to the chorus. Same progression. So, yeah, that's all it is.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for making the time to talk about the song. Jordan, congratulations, man. Such an incredible song.
Thank you. I so appreciate that. It's been such a pleasure just to feel the welcome of the church as I sort of make this transition as an artist, and to just hear the way that people have connected with our song over the last few months. It's just been such a joy. We're so thankful for it.
Man, so good.
I won't let the rocks cry out. I'll shout it from the mountaintops. Let everything I am reveal the glory myself how great you are. I won't let a breath go by and miss a chance to lift you high. Let everything I am